Should I migrate from India to Australia? People on Quora are sharing their experiences. Suhas Sridhara commented, I have lived in Australia for 6 years and still came back to India 8 years back.
Why?
Not because I didn't like Australia or Aussies, cosmopolitan setup in large cities. However, I'm just too much in love with India to settle anywhere else. Since coming back, I traveled US, Europe, UK, Middle East extensively. There are pluses and minuses in each country, but in fact, more than half of the Indians would not have ever seen a half of their own country, which has so much variety and experience that no other country can match. Charles Thompson from Australia has joined the conversation with words. Over 40 years, I have been traveling regularly between India and Australia. It doesn't matter where you live these days as life is tough. However, skilled Indian migrants do extremely well here in Australia. It is important to understand that if you shift from one country to another, first 6 months are really tough. Some migrants simply wasn't able to find their preferred jobs and returned back home. So be prepared sometimes to work outside your skill set doing unskilled work, or make sure your job is already lined up before your arrival. One thing which is quite amazing about major cities here in Australia is that each have their vibrant migrant communities, whether it is from Indian subcontinent or other countries. While Vanessa Drew agrees with previous commenters, she thinks that the right mindset is the key that unlocks each door. I am an Indian who grew up in the Middle East, she says, and then moved here by chance more than intention. The only reason we decided to leave our comfy lives was because we absolutely loved how down-to-earth people here are, and how much that work-life balance is valued, which you will never find in Europe or United States. Also love our self-sufficiency, the respect for each other's choices and personal space, and that people put their families and quality of life ahead of monetary gains. These are things we rarely saw in the Middle East and India, unfortunately. And though we don't live a luxury life here, it is extremely fulfilled and satisfying. But we have a few Indian friends who seem to have moved only because it was a trend. So they miss their easy lives with maids and drivers and struggle with being just a common man or woman instead of being given extra respect because of a financial or social status. Those people will never enjoy equalitarian culture of Australia, as they used to enjoy living in society with strong hierarchy and caste system. Nakul Mukesh agreed with Vanessa 100%. He is also from India, grew up in the Middle East,
and spent 10 years in the United States.
That's what he says. I relocated to Australia in 2014. Honestly, it was the best decision to leave the US for Australia. One of the reasons are the job opportunities compared to America. But honestly, Australia is one of the best countries to live in. It is safe, it's beautiful, it's so well developed, has an exceptional Medicare system, great infrastructure, so many places to travel, and the government, no matter liberal or labor, takes really good care of its people. A case in point will be the JobKeeper subsidy extension versus the drama in US. And final suggestion from Saidar Joshi.
You should migrate to Australia if you can communicate in English well, have a technical skill, you are not overly religious, have no ambition to become the next Zuckerberg or Elon Musk, value a splendid work-life balance at a cost of material pleasures. Compared to USA where it's opposite, have a slightly socialist lean. Your taxes are designed to help the vulnerable even if a few bad eggs abuse their privilege. It is expected you don't complain about this, because one day it might keep you or your loved ones off the street or from starvation. Love the outdoors, sports, and the sea. Love to complain. Aussies love to complain about how bad things are here, without realizing how good things are here, even among comparable nations.
So that was just a few thoughts of people from Quora. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'm gonna see you next week. Om Shrim Glim Glim Glom.